Welcome to the Style Stories, where you will meet the Linda Page women with real stories that will inspire and mobilize you to get up, dress up, and go and be the bold light on a hill that you are called to be, because your spirit of beauty is a gift, confidence you can build, and style is just a skill.
Hi, so my name is Ella Giles. I'm a wife, a mother, a grandmother. I'm a healthcare executive. I've been in the field of healthcare for over 35 years. I came across Linda Page by searching online. I was actually looking for a consultant to do a kind of redo our closet type thing. And for some reason, I guess the algorithm picked up Linda. I read through her testimonials. I went on her site. I resonated with what she was kind of offering. So I put my information there. And then Linda reached out to me. After Linda reached out to me, she personally called me, which was a touch that in the world online video things you don't see often. So she actually phoned me, and we had about a 20-minute conversation. And what really touched me was that I felt like I was being interviewed by Linda. So a little different than, are you interested? Yes, this is how much it costs, and I can send the invoice. She actually asked some very in-depth questions, and that really was set her apart for me and really was the key decision maker. She got to know me personally. She asked what my business, my personal life was about, and I really felt like she really was trying to see if her program was going to be a benefit for me. And that really just made a big difference for me. And after that phone call, I was ready to give it a try. So I describe myself as an introvert. I'm not into groups. So Linda Page Coaching Group was actually the first group I've ever joined online. The community and the group of women that are drawn to Linda Page have been so positive. I think the biggest piece is the positivity. We're all going through different phases of our lives. We all have different challenges, but the positivity that we coach each other on and that we encourage each other and that we share, all driven by Linda's encouragement for us and her rules about being positive with each other and no criticism of self. All of that has really, really been so supportive. And in this day and age, it's not many programs you find that people aren't being competitive with each other, negative comments, and that's not allowed in Linda's community. And if it's violated, you're not part of her community anymore. So that's a supportive group. So once I joined the program, it really wasn't what I expected. But honestly, what I expected, it wasn't even what I got from the first introduction with Linda. I didn't expect a personal call from her. I didn't expect an interview process. So I got into the program thinking, fun and fashion, dressing, such like that. And that's what I was expecting, to pick us up tips. I got more than that. I got more than what I expected. The whole working through the program touched on areas of my life that had nothing to do with fashion in my world. It just got you to examine yourself, to dig deeper, to get to know yourself. And that's the piece that I think was most surprising, that was unexpected gift in the program, that if you're attracted by the fashion and that's an attractive piece, and you will get that. But the in-depth learning yourself and going through the exercises and the weekly assignments, you get to know yourself on a deeper level, and that was unexpected, but so much worth it. It makes your program the best program, Linda. My first big takeaway from being in the program would be the increase in confidence, which was not something I thought I was lacking. Just let me start with that. I thought I was already a confident woman, but through the exercises, I realized I had a disease to please, but it didn't show up in the traditional way that most people think of people pleasers. But I did learn that I did have that. So the confidence, I think, was the big thing, the self-confidence. I learned to get out of my comfort zone. I learned that I tried to blend in, and that's not what I need to do. I need to be comfortable standing out. I need to be able to use style and dressing to connect with people. That was okay to stand out and be different in a positive way. So the self-confidence that I gained, would have described themselves as a confident person. That was a big takeaway. Linda has a saying that every day is Tuesday. Once you get in her program, you know what that means. And that resonates with me to this day. When I face difficult decisions or things, I think, okay, every day's a Tuesday. I get to decide how I show up, first to myself and then to others. And dressing, your attitude, all those things are in play in how you show up. But you get to choose that each and every day. My second takeaway, I think, is probably the value of a good coach. In my professional life, I've actually followed that. I've got coaching and mentors and things like that. That has always been something resonated with me in my professional life, but I hadn't really connected the value of a personal coach in my personal life. And once I joined Linda program, her coaching me, I think, has really taken a lot of areas of my life to the next level, not just the fashion piece, the emotional, the physical, the spiritually. She really helped me reconnect again. So those two things, the value of a good coach, if you want to exceed, if you want to expand, you want to level up in any area of your life, having a great coach is essential. And that's what Linda's provided for me in this program. The Spirit of Beauty tour to South Africa, I describe as a trip of a lifetime. The experience was all first class, to be with a like-minded group. Again, most of us had never met each other, known each other. We have only connected through Linda program. But the camaraderie we felt there, you would have thought that we had been friends forever. And all driven by Linda. The trip itself was emotionally challenging for some pieces of it because there is history there. And the fact that we got exposed to that history is great. We got exposed to the beautiful country that is South Africa. But what I liked most about it was the training and that we got to experience South Africa not as tourists. That the thought into the detail and the things we saw in South Africa, the experiences from the photo shoots to the wine, to the food, to the first class accommodations, I felt pampered. I felt valuable. I felt worth it. And for a long time, I struggled with that because for many who struggle, is it worth the investment? You can shop online and probably find a cheaper trip. But what I'm saying, you won't get that experience with that trip. It's totally worth it. It was an investment in myself. My husband came along, so he has the same experience. And he's obviously not part of the group, but he has benefited like a lot of people in the community who has husbands and significant others. They're benefiting through our growth in this program. And South Africa was just kind of like the cherry on top for me. So I highly recommend this program, Linda's coaching program. I think for the woman who is thinking about, where do I go from here based on what phase of life you're in? How do I elevate my style? If you're on the career ladder and you're looking for confidence and skills and negotiation to help you level up, to help you go to the next level. If you're a stay-at-home mom and you just want to invest in yourself because you think you've lost yourself to taking care of kids or raising kids, this program is for all of us. Anyone who fits those at any phase of their life, this program is for you. The financial investment, you're going to get 10 times back. It's not really you can measure the financial piece you get to it. She teaches you for what you get. You couldn't even pay her to provide that for you. Once you get into the program and you realize what you get, not for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 6 weeks, it's a lifetime of coaching that she's committing you to. She shows up every week. She's there when you need her. There's no price that you can pay. So don't look at it as a one-time cost and measure it for this a 6-week program or a 12-week program. Look at a lifetime investment in yourself. And as women, we're worth it. And you need to look yourself in the mirror and say you're worth it and take the plunge. Justina, when you said what I wish I should have said that, it's one thing I do wish is I had found you earlier in my life, but it's never too late. I'm still young. That's what I tell myself. Because you're such a blessing. If I found you in my 30s, oh my gosh, I just can imagine having someone like you in my life for 20 years versus for the last 2 years, right? Where the difference you made for me. And so, yeah, you're a blessing in the work you did. I know God's continuing to bless you for that work.